Hi guys, this is Divanshu from Team Scrapingdog, and in this video I'll show you how you can build a Google keyword rank tracker of your own using n8n and Google Search API from Scrapingdog. So recently Google has removed the num is equal to 100 parameter, and what this parameter did was it allowed you to get all the 100 results for a particular keyword from the Google search. But since it has been removed, the tracking tools have to call each page one by one. This has essentially increased the cost since you have to call each page every time, and also increase the time. So, the cost has been increased by 10 times. Even some of the tools has been stopped working. They stopped working for some days and they recovered later on. So you can see that this guy is talking about that SEMrush has stopped working, and although it recovered, we at Scraping Dog were also using a tool which stopped working after this num is equal to 100 parameter was removed. Also, you can see that this guy is also talking about the same thing, that this makes tracking slower and more costly because you have to call 10 pages now. So this will increase the cost. A lot of other industry leaders has been talking about this particular thing, and you can see that on the search engine land, Barry Schwartz has talked about this particular thing again. On the very first paragraph, he is told that since that change rank checking tools have become an absolute mess, again because they have to call 10 times the API for all the 100 results. So this has become an absolute mess, and all the industry and all the leaders are talking about this. Even Tim from ASFs have talked about recently this particular thing. Our rank tracking tool was also stopped. We thought to build one for ourselves, and using the Google Search API, we have built one using n8n, and I'll show you how you can build one for yourself also. So before I tell you how you can use this tool for yourself, of course, I'll provide you the blueprint for this particular flow, and you can download that flow. This tool has been optimized specifically for the cost. What I mean by that is, if the flow finds your keyword on the page 1, it will run only for one API call. If it finds your keyword on page 2, it will run two API calls. So that way it is optimized to save you cost, and it will help you to track a lot of keywords that way. When you download the blueprint, you would see something on your canvas like this, and to make it work for your particular domain, you need to do some changes. In the first edit field, you need to change the domain here. So I am tracking for scrapingdog.com. You need to change it for your domain here, and you need to have your API key, and that API key will go everywhere we are calling the Scrapingdog Google Search API. So we are calling it over here, and you need to change the API key here. This is my API key, and it will get changed over here, here, and wherever we are calling the Google Search API from Scrapingdog. So I will tell you the basics of this whole workflow so that you understand how this whole automation works. Our workflow starts with a trigger, and then we are collecting all the keywords from our Google Sheet. These are the keywords that our workflow collects, and then we are looping over them. Over there, you'll need to change your domain as I told you before, and put as this. Then we have a code set which gives the output, the keyword, the row number from which the keyword is taken, the domain. If the keyword is found on page, then this data converts to true, and everything else you can see. And if it is, then we have if and else node parameter. If the keyword is found in this particular page, then we write the data to our Google Sheet. So if the page is found in if the keyword is found in page 1, then we write it on our Google Sheets. If not, then we call the second page. So if it is false, we call second page. So here what happens is that JSON page, that means this particular data, page 0, if it is less than the maximum page, which is 9, if maximum page is 9, we are calling the 10th page of Google, and that means we are calling the 100th result. So if this particular data is less than 9, then this flow would run. And again, in the edit fields, we are adding 1 to the page. So there Here we had the page 0. We are adding 1 to it. So now by this output, will feed this output to our Google Search API, wherein we are calling the data from page 1. And this node will only run if the keyword is not found in the page 1. So the whole process repeats itself until it is found. And if it is not found, the keyword data shows that it has been not found. So I have deliberately kept some keyword in my sheet wherein it was not related to the domain, and the data is shown like this: that page is not found, and for which particular page it is null, and we are also taking the date and time when this automation runs. So as you can see, we have two dates for which this whole automation has been run. What we will do is run this whole workflow again to live test it and see what data we get. So let's execute this workflow, and I'll pause this video until the whole automation runs and come back to show you the results. Our automation has run successfully, and we have all the keywords ranked in our Google Sheet, as you can see, with the date and time. If SEO is the main source of your traffic, you can use this particular automation to keep track of your rankings. I'm using Google Search API from Scrapingdog. You get 1000 free credits to test this API. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.